Animals are everywhere in our language.
A dog is man's best friend. Cats have whiskers. Some parrots can say full sentences. A hamster is a tiny animal, the king of the jungle.
An elephant is a huge animal with a long trunk.
Some octopuses can even open jars.
Jellyfish can sting you. Mosquito bites itch. A bee is a flying insect that collects nectar from flowers.
That transformation is called metamorphosis. The first thing we hear is moo. Piglet might be my favorite word.
Have you ever been in a situation where you wanted to talk about animals in English and suddenly your brain just went blank? Like you remember dog and cat and then nothing else exists?
Oh, absolutely. You start strong with dog, cat, maybe bird if you are feeling confident, and then someone says something like squirrel, and you panic.
Exactly. And today we are going to fix that in a fun way. Welcome to StoryOrbitEN, where we learn English through real conversations. I am Jessica.
And I am Tom. Today we are diving into animals vocabulary made easy. No boring lists, no heavy lessons, just a relaxed chat about animals we see every day, and maybe some that we do not see, but definitely talk about.
I love this topic because animals are everywhere in our language. We use them in stories, idioms, jokes, even in insults sometimes. But let's start simple. What is your favorite animal, Tom?
I have to say dog. I know it sounds basic, but dogs are just loyal. That word, loyal, means someone who always supports you and stays by your side. People often say, a dog is man's best friend.
Pet is such a common expression. And notice how we say man's best friend with that apostrophe, S. It shows possession. The friend belongs to man, or more generally to humans. And yes, dogs are loyal. My favorite animal is the cat.
Ah, cats. Independent creatures.
Exactly. Independent means they do not rely too much on others. They like their space. Sometimes people describe cats as mysterious. That word mysterious means something that is difficult to understand or explain.
And cats have whiskers. That is a great word for English learners. Whiskers are those long, stiff hairs on a cat's face. They help the cat feel things around it.
Now, after dog and cat, let's add more common animals that people talk about every day. For example, rabbit.
Rabbit is such a common one, especially as a pet. A rabbit is a small animal with long ears, soft fur, and a short tail. They are known for hopping instead of walking. To hop means to jump lightly and quickly.
And many people keep rabbits at home. When we say keep, we mean have as a pet. Rabbits are usually gentle. Gentle means calm and not aggressive.
Also, rabbits eat vegetables like carrots and lettuce. They are herbivores. That means they eat plants, not meat.
Another super common animal is bird. Bird is simple, but there are so many types. For example, parrot, pigeon, eagle, owl, sparrow.
A parrot is a colorful bird that can sometimes copy human speech. Some parrots can say full sentences.
And an owl is usually active at night. We say it is nocturnal. Nocturnal means active during the night instead of the day.
Birds have wings, feathers, and a beak. Feathers cover their bodies, and a beak is the hard mouth part they use to eat.
Speaking of small pets, let's talk about hamsters.
A hamster is a tiny animal often kept in a cage. A cage is a structure made of metal bars where small animals live.
Hamsters are very active. They love to run on a wheel. A wheel is a round object that spins. You often see a hamster running in a wheel at night.
And they store food in their cheeks. Cheeks are the size of your face. Hamsters can make their cheeks look very big when they put food inside.
Some people also have turtles as pets. A turtle is a slow-moving animal with a hard shell. A shell is the strong outer covering that protects its body.
When a turtle feels scared, it hides inside its shell.
So already, after dog and cat, we have rabbit, bird, hamster, turtle. These are animals you can easily talk about in daily conversation.
And if someone says, I have a rabbit, you can ask, how old is it? Or what does it eat? That is real communication.
That reminds me, you have a friend with a rabbit, right?
Yes, my friend Robert. He adopted a rabbit last year. To adopt means to take an animal into your home and care for it.
That is such a nice verb, adopt. It sounds more emotional than just buy.
Exactly. Robert's rabbit is white with brown spots. The rabbit has very long ears and extremely soft fur.
Does it hop around the house?
Oh, yes. The first week, it was very shy. It would hide under the sofa whenever someone entered the room.
That is so typical. Many small animals hide when they feel unsafe.
But after a few days, the rabbit became more confident. Now, it hops freely around the living room and even comes when Robert calls its name.
That is adorable. So now, if someone tells you, I have a rabbit, you can ask more than just basic questions. You can say, is it shy or does it hop around the house?
Exactly. That is how vocabulary turns into real conversation.
Now, let's talk about some basic animal parts. We have fur, paws, claws, tail.
Fur is the soft hair that covers animals like dogs, cats, and rabbits. We do not usually say hair for animals, we say fur.
Paws are the feet of animals like dogs and cats. And claws are the sharp, curved nails that some animals have. Cats have claws.
And tail is the long part that extends from the back of an animal's body. Dogs wag their tails when they are happy.
Also, prey means the animal that is hunted, and the animal that hunts is called a predator.
Listeners, can you think of a predator and its prey? Maybe a lion and an antelope?
Speaking of lions, let's move to wild animals. We have lion, tiger, elephant, giraffe, zebra, monkey.
A lion is a large wild cat known as the king of the jungle. A tiger is also a big wild cat, but it has orange fur with black stripes.
An elephant is a huge animal with a long trunk. The trunk is like a long nose that elephants use to pick up food and drink water.
I once tried to explain trunk to a student, and he thought I was talking about a car.
That is hilarious, because trunk in English can also mean the back storage space of a car. So context really matters.
Exactly, I said. The elephant lifted water with his trunk, and he imagined the car in the jungle collecting water in the back.
That is such a funny image. An elephant opening a car trunk like, excuse me, I need more space for this water.
Yes. Then, a giraffe is famous for its long neck. It uses its neck to reach leaves high in trees.
Giraffes are herbivores. That means they eat plants. Lions are carnivores. Carnivores eat meat.
And humans are omnivores. Omnivores eat both plants and meat.
Climate is also important. The Arctic has a cold climate. In the Arctic, you find polar bears and seals. A seal is a marine animal. Marine means related to the sea.
In the sea, we also have fish, shark, dolphin, whale, octopus.
An octopus is a very intelligent sea animal with 8 arms. Each arm has small round parts called suckers. Suckers help the octopus grab things and hold on to rocks or prey.
Yes, and octopuses are known for being smart. Some octopuses can even open jars to get food.
That is impressive. They also have soft bodies and no bones, which allows them to squeeze into very small spaces. To squeeze means to press or fit into a tight area.
Now, let's talk about jellyfish. A jellyfish is a soft, transparent sea creature that looks almost like a floating umbrella. Transparent means you can see through it.
Jellyfish can sting you. To sting means to hurt with a sharp, sudden action. When a jellyfish stings you, it releases venom. Venom is a type of poison that can cause pain.
We have talked about pets, wild animals, and even sea creatures, but there is one group we cannot ignore. They are small, sometimes annoying, sometimes beautiful, and they are everywhere around us.
Oh yes, the tiny ones that can completely ruin your picnic in 5 minutes.
Exactly. I am talking about insects. Even though they are small, they are still animals, and we use their names all the time in English.
Insects like ant, bee, butterfly, mosquito are also animals. Mosquito bites itch. To itch means you want to scratch your skin, and mosquitoes are especially common in summer.
Many people use insect repellent in summer. Repellent is something that keeps insects away. To repel means to push away or prevent something from coming close.
Then we have bees. A bee is a flying insect that collects nectar from flowers. Bees use nectar to make honey.
And bees can sting. To sting means to hurt with a sharp part of the body. A bee sting can be painful, but bees are also very important for pollination. Pollination is the process that helps plants produce fruits and seeds.
Butterflies are probably the most beautiful insects. A butterfly starts its life as a caterpillar. A caterpillar is a small, worm-like insect. Later, it transforms into a butterfly. To transform means to change completely.
That transformation is called metamorphosis. It is a big word, but it simply means a change in form during development.
We can also mention spiders, even though technically they are not insects. A spider has 8 legs, while insects usually have 6.
That is a good detail. Spiders spin webs. To spin means to produce something by turning. A web is the sticky structure spiders make to catch prey.
And finally, there are flies. A fly is a common insect that can be very annoying. It lands on food, and you have to wave your hand to chase it away.
We have talked about pets, wild animals, sea creatures, and even insects. But there is one place where you can see many different animals together in real life.
Yes, and that place is the farm. Farms are not only important for food, they are also full of useful vocabulary for English learners.
When we think about farms, we usually imagine big green fields and animals walking around freely.
On a farm, you commonly see cows, pigs, sheep, horses, and chickens.
Yes, imagine we are walking through the gate, and the first thing we hear is moo. That is probably a cow. A cow is a large animal that gives us milk, and that milk becomes cheese, butter, and yogurt.
And if you look down at its feet, you will not see paws like a dog. You will see hooves. Hooves are the hard coverings on the feet of animals like cows and horses.
Now, a few steps later, you might see a pig rolling in the mud. People sometimes think pigs are dirty, but actually, they roll in mud to cool down.
That is true, and pigs are surprisingly intelligent. They live in a pen, which is a small enclosed area for animals.
Then you hear ba. That sound probably comes from a sheep. Sheep are covered in wool instead of fur. Wool is the thick, soft hair that people use to make sweaters.
And remember, 1 sheep, 2 sheep, not sheeps. That is a classic mistake.
Suddenly, something big walks past you. It is a horse. Horses are strong and often used for riding. They have a mane on their neck and a long tail that moves from side to side.
And in the corner of the farmyard, you see chickens pecking at the ground. To peck means to hit something lightly with the beak. A female chicken is a hen, and a male is a rooster.
You know what I find really interesting about English? We do not just say baby dog or baby cat all the time. We actually have special words for many baby animals.
Yes! And sometimes when learners hear them for the first time, they do not even realize we are talking about babies. Like puppy. If I say, my sister just got a puppy, you immediately imagine a tiny, playful dog.
Exactly. A puppy is a baby dog, and a kitten is a baby cat. If someone says the kitten is sleeping on the sofa, you can picture something very small and fluffy.
And on a farm, if you hear someone say, the lamb is following its mother, that lamb is a baby sheep. Lamb sounds softer than sheep, right?
It does. And then there is calf. A calf is a baby cow. The plural is calves with vez at the end. So if a farmer says, we have 3 calves this year, you know there were 3 baby cows born.
I remember the first time I heard foal, I thought it was a completely different animal. But a foal is just a baby horse.
And piglet might be my favorite word. It just sounds small. A piglet is a baby pig. If someone says, the piglet is running around the yard, you immediately imagine something tiny and energetic.
See, this is what makes English fun. These words are not just vocabulary, they create images in your head, and once you connect the image to the word, you will not forget it.
Let's quickly look back at everything we covered today. We started with the most common animals, dog and cat. We learned words like loyal, independent, and mysterious.
Then we moved to other everyday pets like rabbit, bird, hamster, and turtle. We talked about hopping, nocturnal animals, cages, wheels, shells, and how turtles hide when they feel scared.
After that, we explored animal body parts like fur, paws, claws, tail, whiskers, beak, and hooves. Those words are super useful when you want to describe an animal clearly.
We also learned about predator and prey and about different diets. Herbivores eat plants, carnivores eat meat, and omnivores eat both.
Then we traveled to the wild and talked about lion, tiger, elephant, giraffe, and even that funny confusion with trunk. We also visited the sea and learned about octopus, jellyfish, and words like squeeze, transparent, and venom.
And we did not forget insects. We covered mosquito, bee, butterfly, spider, and fly. We learned words like itch, sting, nectar, pollination, metamorphosis, and repellent.
Finally, we walked through the farm and talked about cow, pig, sheep, horse, and chicken. We learned about wool, mane, pen, and peck.
And we finished with baby animals. Puppy, kitten, lamb, calf, foal, piglet. Those words are small, but they make your English sound much more natural.
So, if at the beginning of this episode you only had dog and cat, hopefully now your vocabulary is much bigger.
Now we want to hear from you. Write in the comments one sentence about your favorite animal. Try to use at least one new word we mentioned today. Maybe herbivore, whiskers, nocturnal, or predator.
Or describe a pet you had when you were a child. Was it shy, playful, gentle, or stubborn?
Thank you so much for listening to StoryOrbitEN. Keep practicing and keep observing the animals around you.
See you in the next episode. Bye, everyone!